So if somebody gives you a task and says, hey, I need you to make a website for me, and you don't really, there's not a lot of input, right? If you normally would have to wait around, like, what do you want on this website? What should the design be? Whatever. Well, if you're going AI first and you're using Gusto, here's what you do. If you wanted something to be good enough to get going, you would consult AI and say, what goes into a website? What should be on a website homepage? What should be on these things? And it'll tell you a list, like, you need these things. So the good enough to get going is your list of assets. Then it would say, well, okay, now these elements in there, can you help me figure out what these elements would be, where they would fit, and what's there, right? Then you say, okay, cool. And the next one, use the system to improve the system. You would have this template for a website that you're like, yeah, AI told me to do this thing. I'm not sure if it's great or not, but I'm going to use the system. So I'm going to actually ask AI any improvements you can make. Mercer does this all the time with ping pong prompting. Hey, tell me this output. What would you rate this on a 9 out of 10 of help me achieve this result? And then what ends up happening is that it's like you're a 6. And then you have AI refine it. Okay, how do we get to a 9? So then now you're at like a 9 out of 10 already for this project that was vaguely defined that you weren't sure what to do because you had this co-pilot working with you and you're doing it in 10 minutes. Then speed to result. That's immediately there. You're actually not being paralyzed at all. You're okay. I know what the result is that I want a homepage. I'm getting to that point, so I'm getting faster. So that's just implicit if you do the first two, and AI really aids with that. Trust but verify. Okay, does this actually make sense? Maybe that's when you pull somebody in and say, hey, you told me to do this website. Can you review this thing and see if this is what you want? But you're not having to spend 3 weeks figuring out what something's on, trying to anticipate their needs, searching the internet or whatever. You did it in 15 minutes, and it's good enough to get going. It embodies a culture. And then finally, out with the trash, they're going to give you a bunch of feedback about what they didn't like, what they would change, and all that stuff. Now you're focusing on, okay, let's take out the trash on this thing. Let's get this thing going, making it better. So that would be a Gusto way of being AI first. Now you're getting an answer in an hour as opposed to 3 weeks. And chances are it's going to be just as bad as the thing that you took 3 weeks to do, but you're getting the answer faster. And that's just the whole point of everything, I think, in the modern business and the AI first business is getting answers as fast as you can and being resourceful, not letting bottlenecks happen.